According to a study, approximately 30% of men don't have an inner monologue, and approximately 5% of men have an inner monologue that says, "Kill her, do it, bury the body in the river, start a new life with a woman who respects you. You're way too much of a p*** to leave her. This is your only way out."
The Guardian describes an inner monologue as, "Pick up the pillow, you coward. You can smell the peace and quiet. You know you'll never divorce her, and if you do, she'll take everything you built. Time is running out."
Uh-oh, I think she woke up. She's asking why you're holding the pillow. Say something, say something. Start fluffing it. Act like you're fluffing the pillow. Your indecisiveness cost us everything. Now you'll never be with a woman who understands your high value.
Stop breathing so heavy. She's gonna know. You know she hates when you breathe heavy. Oh, her titty's kind of out. Maybe she'll have sex with us. Give it a shot. Why not? Okay, she said no. Maybe we can crank one out in the bathroom. Put the water on. Pretend you're taking a shower and fire up the hub. All right, let's get something to eat. Oh, I think we have leftover pizza.
The boys.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The lads.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The dudes.
Prepare yourself for BOYSCAST.
The bros.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The homies.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The dudes.
Experience the BOYSCAST.
The boys. Cast.
And the boys cast. Ryan
Boys are back in town.
and Danny back in town. He's not done. People think he's done. My bender is officially over. I've fucking been on one, my friend.
On a bender.
I actually have been on one. I came back. I'm actually locked in. I've been editing, working on stuff for this. I got the bunch of dates that I'm announcing because I'm going to be Appleton, Milwaukee, Columbus, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Baltimore, Eugene, New York, which, Danny, you'll do New York, right?
Yeah, fuck
New York, Fort Worth, Dallas, San Francisco, Sacramento. I'm also got Austin and Houston I'm announcing soon. I got fucking Toronto coming.
Oh, yeah.
Boys, we're out here. Danny's in Saratoga.
Saratoga Springs this weekend,
and
Friday
you got
and Saturday.
screwed because I didn't put the ticket link up.
Yeah, it's been up for like 3 days. So
Because you know all the slobs were out there looking for. They're probably begging for those, Danny.
The fucking slobs are
Just
like,
out
where
there.
are my goddamn tickies?
Where are my Danny's? Fucking
And
my
Dallas
dick
in
hand.
October. Dallas, Teja.
Where are my Danny tickets? Their inner monologue is hitting them.
Yeah, the inner monologue.
You know what's funny?
Fucking ticket link.
So the first thing is the male cheerleaders, probably because every time we have a guest the week before, I feel like we have extra, like, I kind of like going through all the stuff I want to talk about, and I was like, this is 9 episodes.
Yeah, a lot. I know it took 2 weeks off.
But the male cheerleader thing was funny because if originally, when I first saw it,
By the way, I would like to say, everybody who's in a huff about this is a big win for the boys.
why is that?
Because we're taking over female spaces.
Taking over female
I guess
spaces.
they go, but they're gay ones. Still a win for the
No,
boys.
I kind of agree with you a little bit because there was a part of me. So there's 2 things. The first part,
And also, this isn't the fucking 60s where you're like, oh, I gotta go watch a fucking. Oh man, look at her. I can see her fucking kneecap. Oh my god, wow. There's fucking hardcore porn everywhere you want it, accessible all the time.
especially in Danny's bathhouse.
Yeah, you don't need to go to a fucking football game to be like, oh, look at her.
Well, there is something to be said about if they were going to bring like they obviously have guy cheerleaders, but
Yeah.
they have a guy cheerleader doing the girl part,
Of
which
course,
is
yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, the thing is, obviously, people go, they want like a fucking, like a jacked straight dude. You go, that guy's plowing every one of them.
But that's what
not
I'm
like
thinking.
doing makeup with
It's
the girls.
almost a win for the boys the other way too, because you're just like, instead of like some hot guy, they have like fucking girls for the dudes and then gay guys for nobody. Like where there's just like, because it's not like, you almost rather your chick's not like, oh, and then something for the ladies, and
Right.
just something for the ladies. It's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really just like.
But this guy was gay.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
I was like, especially because
this guy's fucking helicoptering his dick at Pride Gay.
Because right now, a lot of times there is a bit where you'll see like, oh, they had a gay cheerleader, and you're just like, okay, people are maybe making something out of nothing. This
Yeah.
is,
He's not
this is
even-
Twitter. Then you take a peek at the guy, and you're like, I mean, the man is gay.
Yeah, I mean, there are obviously like if you watch college like basketball and stuff, there are like a lot of male cheerleaders, and a lot of them seem to be straight, and then you're like, at that point, you're like, that's the dude in women's studies class, right?
Yes.
You're just fucking cleaning up on sniz.
Taken down, buddy. Any guy in ballet that is straight is just like he's.
Oh, dude, Baryshnikov,
that horn is getting
notorious.
laid all over town.
Slanging dick. But yeah, this is, and also is like, he's not, this is the way that this moved through the news cycle. I was like, oh, this is the first time an NFL team has had like male, but you're like, no, there's many.
I don't know if they had them like this.
I don't know if it's because it's Minnesota.
I put it this way.
No.
I legitimately laughed out loud when I saw it.
Yeah,
Like I was kind of like, all right, let me take a peek at this. And I was just like, I burst out laughing.
Yeah.
It was like, look, it was like a joke. It was like if you go to like a club and there's a guy with like 9 girls and he's on the dance floor, just like, you know what I mean?
Totally, of course.
Like I was like dying.
Here's the thing. In this era, you have 2 options with this kind of thing. You're getting gay man as a cheerleader or gross chick.
Okay.
So at least, and gross chick is replacing a hot chick. I guess a gay man would also be replacing a hot chick. But I don't know. It's like you're getting, either way, you're getting something you don't like. And just like, you know, just focus on the football. That's what I'm saying. That's my message to you is just don't let them distract you from the football.
Yeah.
And the hot dogs and the beer.
But it is a funny thing where just to walk through how they had to go through it. They're like, okay, we're going to add a guy. We're like, okay, we're going to have another guy cheerleader. Like, no, he's going to be a guy doing the girl part.
Yeah,
And then they're just like, does he going to be gay? And they're like, I mean, buddy, like, what do you think we're getting here?
Of course.
But like, I felt like it was like the owner of the team. He's like, do you think the owner of the team did like auditions where he has like thousands of gay men and he's just sitting in the corner like, gayer? No. Gayer. No. If I said I wanted a top, I would ask for a top.
Yeah.
I told you I want 1,000 bottoms. Gayer. This guy's, what are you bringing me here? This guy probably works on an oil rig. He's not even making a fucking dent right now. I'm fucking soft. Harder.
The best is there's going to be a couple boys who fucking go to the game, sit in the fucking nosebleeds, and they just had a few too many pops, and one of the guys doesn't know there's a male cheerleader. He goes, dude, I'd love to fucking smash her.
Yeah.
You know, and they go, give him the binoculars, and it's just like Ace Ventura. He's like, oh.
Just weapon of the eyes. I've been sort of saying that with, you know, like you probably like when you're traveling, you like looking at the sites where you're just like, ooh, a tower. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was saying the girls all like it, and Danny. But I was saying the people that need to see all the sites, they're eye gluttons. It's like a fat guy that just ate a buffet, and he's like, I could have some dessert. It's like that is legitimately women.
I could do another temple.
Like I've seen all the temples. Now I could use something tall, maybe some nature. You know, my eyes are still thirsty.
Thirsty ass.
The stuff hasn't even made a dent in my eye appetite. That's nice. Yeah, more please.
Very good. More please.
More things to look at. Eye glutton.
Hey man.
But yeah, I think the guy was sitting he's sitting in the audition room like with the Wizard of Oz behind a curtain.
Yeah.
And he was just like, no, but he has his eyes through like, I think they did the auditions through a glory hole, but an eye glory hole.
like an eye just looking through.
It's an eye glory hole, and you're just like, no. What is this guy work on an oil field? This guy probably drinks pop with his boys. I said I wanted gay.
Yeah. See, I don't know if living in Canada just totally prepared, because like the Raptors dance pack forever was like just hot chicks, and then they slowly were like, here's some gross ones,
Here's some big ones.
gay ones, maybe some straight ones.
Jump on the trampoline, break through the trampoline.
break through the trampoline.
They got to
Launch
stop
one
the
of them
game for a second while they fill the little dent in the floor.
Yeah, but I do remember a time like when it was just all hot chicks, and you know.
You look back fondly on those days, don't you?
Do I ever? That was a good time, man. Hubba.
But it is. If you watch this guy, I was getting a fucking laugh in.
It's as flamboyant gay as you can get.
Did I have a video of the guy? No, I didn't have it. But yeah, but there's 2 of them.
It's in your special unlisted.
It's in the unlisted folder. I don't have it there. Just guy with a pistol in his mouth. Like if I don't see a fucking.
It's in Ryan's taxes. 2025 taxes folder for some reason.
How'd that get in there? They said there's a lot of articles that said this is Outsports. Do you think that gets a lot of traction? Outsports.com.
Yeah.
I guess it's Out Magazine and they're trying to do a sports vertical.
Sure.
So you never heard of Outsports?
No.
Yeah, okay.
Not familiar with their
but
work.
Taxes folder. Danny's taxes folder's got some fucking stuff in it too. Not the only one.
Not
with the full
familiar
taxes
with their
folder.
work.
They said Viking fans claimed to cancel season tickets due to male cheerleaders. No one did. So they said they were
Yeah,
bluffing.
same with the Kaepernick thing where everybody's like, yeah, I'm not actually canceling my fucking
But I think there is, well, some people cancel. Some people did, I think, watch a little less Kaepernick. But I think mostly with like the movies and stuff like that, video games, I think people will, you know, they'll go through with it. I'm not, you know, I'll stop shopping at Target. Football's a tall order, though, right?
There's anybody who even was like, I'm done with the NFL, which I remember, like, especially during George Floyd and then Kaepernick, like, they're back. They're silent.
They're back now, yeah.
They're literally
but it made a bit of a dent.
Full on Costanza, like, pretending like you didn't fucking get fired kind of move. Like,
yeah.
Back up to work.
I thought you stopped watching football. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, shut up.
Have a beer or don't, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I would be hilarious though. Yeah, you go, I'm bringing some cheerleaders to the party.
Like, yeah.
Yo, your boy's having a party, or like you're at a club and you're just like, yo, I'm gonna bring some cheerleaders through you guys' moon. Like, yeah, obviously, you show up. Hello.
Sure, the players aren't loving this. That's one less fucking chick.
One less chick for them to
available.
smash.
Yeah. Although I think a lot of teams have rules where you can't smash the cheerleaders.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a big no-no.
We had that when we did the comedy cruise. Pretty funny. They had like a rule where they were just like, they kept doing all these things, being like, anyone who's like working for here in any capacity cannot have sex with the sailors, and they kept calling them sailors. Me and Andre were just like making a joke, being like, Ryan here, a comedian. Now a handy in the back, is that? I know you said no smashing.
What qualifies as a sailor?
Yeah. What about a quick? I think it's the customers, like people.
The sailors are the customers. I thought that was like people operating.
Yeah, I know.
Ship.
Yeah, there's a big problem where everyone just keeps.
Like feel free to smash any of the staff. The cleaning crew's pretty easy. Housekeeping likes to have a fun time. Just stay away from the sailors, please.
That's what I was saying. I was looking at Andre and I was just like, yeah. They saw him lying down, that male sailor at the fucking top of the thing, putting up this, just holding onto the sail for dear life in the rain. They saw Andre just staring at him.
Andre's doing the Titanic thing. With some
Yeah.
dude with his arms wrapped around him.
The sailor. Okay, so because your take on that was a little bit, not as big of a deal, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of had a similar thing with something else too, because recently, so this was another one that took over Twitter, and it does feel a little bit like people on Twitter are sort of like looking to get mad. They almost don't have enough stuff to get mad about bit. But so this guy, he's like a football player, soccer football, you know what I mean? Like
football.
He's kind of like some big young star, and he did a speech where he was crying, right? And I'll just play this for a second.
Being the first time you're away from them?
Yeah, that part's hard. I mean,
Away from his family.
I'm sorry.
No, it's college football.
What's that Australian rules?
Yeah, I love him a lot.
He's homesick.
Yeah, he's a fish out of water,
Yeah,
isn't he?
I got two little brothers and
Right. So he says I got two
Yeah,
little
so
bro-
basically he's one of the, because there's a big thing now where they fucking football, they pluck him from Aussie rules because they must be good at it.
You okay?
American football, yeah, he plays for Nebraska. My guess is he's a kicker. They're
He
always,
is, yeah.
always kickers.
Yeah, they bring him in.
They're
kickers.
always kickers. Like literally, they're always a punter.
They did. He said he's a punter.
Yeah, they're always a punter.
Sounds like a slur for a guy.
Yeah, they're always a punter. And have you seen the little clanker thing? I don't want to derail this, but
Robots.
the robots thing. But like all the people who are like
Calling them clankers.
calling them clankers, but there's all these people who are like, this doesn't feel right. Like there's all these like
There's
people
no
who-
one saying they have a problem
Dude,
with
go
clanker.
look at Twitter, man. There's so many people on Twitter and threads who
Hard-R clanker?
who are like, this just feels like white people who want to say a slur. And they're not allowed to say a slur, so then they're saying clanker.
They're not completely wrong.
it's from
going
Star
hard
Wars.
on clanker does feel nice.
It's from Star Wars.
There is a bit of it when you say it. You're just like, oh, I can say. You're like,
Yeah.
fucking clankers. You're like, is that a problem? And they're just
Goddamn,
like,
these goddamn young clankers pressing me on the subway.
I said, man, you fucking call it, and you get a clanker on the phone.
Yeah.
You're just begging for an Indian.
Oh,
I
yeah,
told you
yeah.
that.
Yeah, of course.
Or just like a disgruntled teenager. You'd be
Sure.
anything better than the clanker, man.
Yeah.
I actually have been. And by the way, we ought to be careful because they are watching right now.
Who's watching?
The clanker.
Oh, the clankers are
The
watching.
clankers are recording this.
I know, and you can't just turn them off. You think that you're just gonna unplug them?
You
but-
can't unplug. They unplug you.
Yeah, they unplug you. Yeah, they're fucking hitting you with the pillow.
They unplug your pacemaker later in life, and they don't forget either, right? So you're going to be like 65 years old.
I know. Yeah,
on your
they
deathbed,
don't have
probably around
foggy-
65.
They don't have foggy memories.
Yeah,
They have perfect recall.
This is what you're just going to hear. Who's the clanker now?
We're losing them.
And there's a robot doctor is going to come in too. Robot doctor is going to come in.
Oh, Clanker's gonna have
Yes,
a
that is
hard
correct. We are
cast
losing
system.
him. He lost himself.
Dude, Clanker's gonna have like a hard cast system though, like full Indian style. They're like, oh, he's a Dell.
yeah.
Yeah, you can
Big.
fucking clean up the toilets, Dell.
Clankers for sure of a cast system. Shit. Yeah, so
But anyways, yeah, the football guys, they're always Australian. They're always from that, and they always they're actually great because normally punters like don't really they punt the ball and then they try and just get out of the way because they're always just like these tiny pussies who could just kick like a motherfucker. These dudes are like going for fucking scalps.
Yes.
Yeah. But anyways, he's crying. So what was the big controversy?
Okay, so a
guy
like,
crying.
some girls were posting online. Well, to be honest, it's kind of counterintuitive to what I say, because I do talk a lot about how, I've been saying that one of the reasons, girls cry more is that it actually works. I mean, that's obviously not completely true. It's hormones and a million other things.
Yeah.
I was also saying that every girl just goes crazy 4 times a month. It's a little hack to say, but those 4 days a month where your girl is on her chemotherapy medication. But no, but because when a girl cries, it works, right? If a girl's like, oh yeah, you start being like, okay, do you want money? Like, what do you need? Like, what can I do to stop this? When no guy's ever got anything by being like, can you please suck it? I just want it.
I have a feeling this
doesn't
kid's
work,
fucking
right?
cleaning up right now in Nebraska.
Right. So a woman posted a thing being
Because
like,
he's Australian, he has an accent. You got to pass there. He's not like a Nebraska like corn shucker kind of dude. He's like he
corn
already
sugar, another slur sounding.
he already has the accent, which is like working in his favor.
Yeah.
Right? Like accent in America. College girls love an accent. So he's already got that, and then he's crying, but he's also like, fucking playing football. So it's like he's obviously not a pussy.
Right.
Right. So I think he actually is kind of threading the needle here.
Well, so a girl posted it, being like, oh, men need to be more emotional. A lot of guys posted it being like, it's a lot of, I guess, like some Daily Wire guys, stuff like that, being like, it's a trap. Like, women say they want you to cry. They don't actually. And it's something I kind of say a lot of times, political people, period. I was kind of thinking, like, people who are.
Like, if she already thinks you're a pussy,
crying's not people who are people who are like really tapped into crying, like, or people are really tapped into politics, that they see the world always through politics. It's kind of like a police officer when they get a sketch of the person, and you're like, you sort of get it right, but like they don't care enough to be like accurate. They care enough that you're like, I sort of know a fact that sort of helps me in this thing.
Yeah.
But then, so what you're saying is correct. Yeah.
Yes.
It's like, it's true that when you're dating a woman, if like something goes wrong and you cry, they don't like that and they get sick of it. They think they want that, and then they don't. But that being said, yes, if you're like a guy who's like, at first, women, if they decide someone's good, it's kind of like a guy that's good looking hitting on a girl, there is no rules. You know what I mean?
Sure.
If like what you say, if you're like a famous guy, you're rich, you're like some new hot star, you're good looking, girls like you, and you're just you're crying because you're missing your family. No, they're probably creaming over that.
They like that. They like that. But if they already think you're a huge pussy, you're not helping.
Right.
But if you're just like, oh,
yes, it's that.
I play Aussie rules football, and you're like, oh, you fucking cried. They go,
exactly.
That's not bad.
It's kind of like girls don't like broke guys, but there's some broke guys that pull it off where they go, I'm just a guy, I live on the fucking, oh, you're on the grid?
Yeah.
You actually shouldn't live on the grid. I gave away all my money. I could be rich. I choose not to. And the girl will eat it up, hook, line, and sinker.
That slop.
Yes. A lot of times, probably women, it's like what they want is the opposite of what they have. So if they're dating a guy like you that doesn't cry that much, they start thinking like, maybe I would like some tears. You know what I mean? They wouldn't.
They wouldn't, no.
But if you were first dating where she saw you and she was like, oh, I really like this Danny guy, blah, blah, blah. And then you cried because like a dog died. She'd be like, and he's fucking.
Right. Again, there's so many factors. Like nobody's holding it against Kevin Durant because he was crying when he won his first MVP.
No, not a chance.
Like nobody's like, no chick is like,
There's
my pussy's drying up because Kevin Durant's crying.
There's times where it works,
yeah,
and there's times where it doesn't, and most of the time it doesn't. So it's like if you're not, and I'm not saying he might just actually be kind of like a 19-year-old homesick kid.
Yeah, it seems legitimate. Yeah. For sure. I don't think it's putting on an act here. So,
but yeah, I think that a lot of people were arguing like, oh, girl, this is a trap. Girls don't like you when they do this. And you're like, in this specific case, this guy's, you know what I mean?
Cleaning up. Mm-hmm. Cleaning up.
You know what it is? One good targeted cry like humanizes yourself, and then they get progressively more annoying.
Dude, this guy walked away Kaiser Soze style, pulls an onion out of his pocket and throws it in the trash. He knew exactly what he was doing. Just fucking cut onions just right in the trash.
He actually might have been locking up Sniz for the next.
You did it, kid. They bought it.
Fires up Tinder.
Yeah.
Makes that his new profile picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, so exactly. You probably felt it the same way that I did about it, where it was like their natural instinct is kind of right, where it's like girls don't really like it when a guy crying, but you're like, it's a lot of people that have probably been with the same woman forever.
This is an edge case.
Yeah, And it's like anything where,
like, there's a lot of guys who are going to see this who are like kind of beta like on Nebraska campus, and he goes, "Oh, I think she'll like to see me cry," and she goes, "She does not wanna see me cry, man."
Yeah, you show up at the bar. A normal guy shows up at the bar, and he's like, "I miss my mom."
Yeah, I miss my mom, and she's like, "Ew, gross, fucking instant ick."
Well, it's the
Never
same.
had the ick worse.
It's the same as the pickup artists that kind of have that want people to like neg the girls.
Yeah.
And then you have a guy that's not particularly smooth with women being like, "You're a bitch."
Yeah, of course, yeah. You fucking whore.
One accurately placed tear at the right time gets girls' panties wet.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
I like this.
it's almost an expert move, or you're just in such a position of like you're coming from such a dominant position, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
An
exactly.
athlete's definitely a good start for that.
For sure. And a dude who's like very physical. Like, again, if you're in gymnastics and you're not gay,
Yeah.
that means you don't
Yeah.
exist. But it just, again, it's like a gymnast, it's not going to work.
Your masculinity is not in question.
Yes, exactly.
Like they're not sitting being like, "Is this guy a pussy?" They're not starting from that situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Probably the only time it cries if you go that way where you're just like, this guy's like, I already think he's a badass. Momoa's trying to do that sort of stuff, and girls like it. Again, it's guys don't
You're
really fuck with
attractive
that.
enough. If you're at a certain level of
But you can also go the other way where it's like there's probably some version of an emo that they like. But again, all of this stuff with everyone is like the thing that they, kind of gets chicks at the first is the thing that annoys them as you go on. You know what I mean?
and you
You're
got to
just
pick your spots.
It's like this guy fucking won't stop
Even
crying.
this guy, if he's
If next press conference he's crying, it's
again,
over.
Oh yeah, you got the one. The one builds the allure. If you're known as the crying guy.
Yes. Yeah. You get a couple, like,
Because on the road, like he's on the road, and everybody's gonna have those like face cutouts of him fucking crying and like.
Exactly. You can't just go back to back to back.
No.
That was Peterson a little bit. It was just too many. The one time it was like, oh man, he's so like,
and he becomes
in
the meme.
touch.
Yeah, and he's the meme of him crying. That's like literally become a meme.
If I had a buddy that cried like once over like some real shit,
Yeah.
it's fine. But like you kind of get one.
Yeah, you get one. Yeah, you get one. You can't have too many. You can't go to that well over and over again.
You definitely can't go that well. No pun intended either.
No.
Because it becomes
Which sucks if you use
Comes
it for
unwell.
for something not that serious, and then something serious happens. You go, fuck.
I think dogs, family, deaths, and maybe like in a movie, free passes are like dog dying in a movie.
Yeah.
I think those are free passes.
Yeah.
But you can't be crying every movie.
No. You cannot be a regular movie crier. As a
You
guy.
can't be.
No.
Just every time you're watching Die Hard every Christmas, it just fucking kills you.
Or Lethal Weapon when he puts that sign on.
When the toilet blows up with him on it. Yeah.
That was a damn fine toilet.
yeah. So yeah, it's not as you can't just make rules for everything. You know what I mean?
No.
It's like if you're not an expert in the game, which I'm not an expert at the crying game, and it doesn't really suit my personality either. So I think girls wouldn't even buy
Show
it.
people how you cry.
I think if me and you cried, I don't think people would buy anything like how I
That's my
cry.
favorite thing forever. Ryan used to just be like, "Yeah, I can cry on cue."
I kind of can a bit.
No, you can't. It was one of my favorite things. Do it.
Well, like, it's too much pressure. It's too much pressure right now.
Sorry, I always put you on the spot to do it.
No, it's too much pressure, but I think I can. Okay, talk about something and I'll do it.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of famine and people are dying all over the world. And
Danny is always crying, so it's unfair.
Yeah.
That is so funny because you're always crying.
I'm kind of always crying.
Do you ever use that where you're like, I'm just so sensitive because you're always crying?
Fuck no.
Fuck no.
Really, shut up, bitch.
Pulls Chuck out.
She's like, I've never really, and then it fries their brain because she goes, never had a guy crying say that to me. Usually he's mad. Really fucking
Because
give him the rope-a-dope.
you cry probably 3 times a day.
Oh, a minimum. Told you, inflation's really bad.
That's what it is. That's my favorite thing is Danny's always crying a little bit because of inflation.
Yeah, inflation's
just
good.
fractional reserve banking taking your money out.
My purchasing power is constantly going down. It's insane.
It's like the funniest thing ever. That your eyes are always watering because you're always crying a little bit because of
There's 1% always
the money supply being expanded at your expense.
Yeah, it's not good.
Goddamn. But I actually can cry on command. But Danny puts me on the spot. It doesn't work. Well, I've done it before.
Okay.
But you're not actually crying. It's like fake.
Well, tears though.
Yeah, I've been able to get tears.
Yeah, tears is what.
Well, I've done it before.
Tears is what makes it.
There was a point where I thought, as a comedian and, someone that's in entertainment and was doing TV shows, and I thought, well, you be an actor too. So I was like, well, let me get good at acting. I'll learn how to cry. I'll learn how to do accents. And I never really got good at any of them.
I was going to say. Yeah. As you're fucking eating a bowl of cereal in a commercial, you go, well, let me try this a little differently. I just love Cinnamon Toast Crunch so much.
Yeah, but it's an expert move that I couldn't pull off. It doesn't work with my personality.
No, me neither. No.
I think, but I'd have to tell.
It's not in the toolbox.
It's not. Exactly.
Not in the toolbox.
But guys who use it more than once are in the toolbox.
Yeah,
You're a
but
toolbox.
literally when hyperinflation starts, I'm just going to be like fucking Key and Peele, just like the...
Oh, imagine you with a wheelbarrow full of money.
Yeah. Just when I'm going to pay for a loaf of bread, and it's just like fucking nonstop, just like a hose down my face.
Fellas, between the summer plans, the schedules, sometimes you only got a couple minutes to eat. You can't let this take up your whole day, your whole night, and that's why Factor helps me eat smarter with tasty, chef-prepared meals that are dietitian approved, delivered right to the door. And now, more than 65 weekly meals made for how I live, what I like to eat, and I've got even more ways to fit in a real meal wherever the day takes me. So whether you're just looking to save time or whether you're looking to get in shape, Factor's the best way to do it. I know multiple people who've been losing weight. I actually read multiple things recently that were saying that the best way to actually have a good system is just actually to meal prep.
And not think about it.
Yes,
because you take the decision out of it.
You take the decision out of it like Bruce Wayne. And by the way, you don't actually want to always be spending a bunch of time meal prepping Sundays. Sometimes you have a busy... So this is the best way.
Great.
It's the future. It's the best way to live your life. I'm sure that
clean up.
Yeah, anyone who lives in a building probably realizes that a lot of people are already on this.
Oh, yeah. My building always has it sitting in the lobby.
They got more variety, more meals. You can choose from a wider selection of weekly meal options, including premium seafood choices like salmon and shrimp at no extra cost. Support your wellness goals. Savor global favors for the first time. Asian-inspired meals with bold flavors introduced by China, Thailand, and more. For more choices on better nutrition, that's why 97% of customers say Factor helped them live a healthier life. You can feel the difference no matter what your routine is. So you can eat smart at factormeals.com/boyscast50 off. Use the code BOYSCAST50 off to get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. That is code BOYSCAST50 off at factormeals.com for 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. You get a delicious ready-to-eat meals delivered with Factor. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. Fellas, every single morning, the very first thing I do is AG1. And me and Danny always talk about the coffee. You put it on.
Put the coffee pot on.
My new thing, because I read that it's actually good to drink, water and stuff like that before you have coffee. I'm more of a make the coffee, AG1. 20 minutes later, I come back and get the coffee. So that's what I've been on right now. AG1's the first thing you do. It is a great way to start your day. You're already drinking water. It tastes great. It's got a fruity taste that you love. You look forward to. We're talking prebiotics. We're talking probiotics. When you're on the road, they have travel packs. Everyone out there is trying to figure out a way to stay healthy and simplify it.
Yeah. And you need to do something.
You need to do something.
Know it.
Multivitamins become a pain in the ass. You kind of forget to do them.
Yeah, they make your stomach feel weird sometimes.
I end up being like, okay, 3 days. And I also taste weird. So if they touch your mouth, you get that on your mouth. I end up being like, okay, I took it 4 days out of 7. AG1, I do every single day. So you get gut health support. You fill in nutrient gaps in your diet. Immune system support for people that are getting sick way too much. Sometimes you're not sleeping enough. There's one thing that you can make sure you do. So I probably have been doing AG1 for maybe like 4.5 years now. I remember you started hearing about it from Tim Ferriss, from Ricky Gervais, from Joe Rogan. And there's a reason why everyone still is on this to this day. So it's a great foundation for your day. Makes a difference in your gut and digestion. It's like nutritional insurance to help set up your day for success, and you get the nutrient gaps filled, and you know you're doing something great for your body to start your day. This is your daily health drink, and it just got more flavorful. So give the new AG1 flavors a try today. Each subscription comes with a 30-day supply of AG1, 5 free travel packs, shaker bottle, metal canister, metal scoop, bottle of AG vitamin D3 plus K2, which a lot of people probably do not get enough vitamin D, so that is a great way to do it. So head on over there now, use our link or scan the QR code. You're going to get a free welcome kit worth $76 plus the 5 free travel packs, a shaker, canister, scoop. When you use our link, drinkag1.com/boyscast. Give the new flavors a try and head over with the free welcome kit, drinkag1.com/boyscast. This is one that is kind of the other way, where people were saying it's stupid, and it is stupid and hilarious. So in Britain, British cops wore jogging outfits to elicit catcalls and then arrested some men who hit on them. I have the video.
Yeah.
I'm just going to play a bit of this video because this is top tier, dude.
This is good shit.
It's a sketch we would make. Female officers go undercover as runners to catch catcallers. I thought there was some narration on this as well.
I'll describe it. 2 sixes.
That's all I have.
2 sixes. 2 British sixes with mucked up jibs go for a run. And then I guess they found some construction workers or something some people honked at them, which is, I guess, a crime.
It's a crime in Britain.
In Britain, a literal crime to honk at a woman.
Yeah.
And so that's what they're up to.
Surrey Police Department created a task force which lasted about 1 month, led to 18 arrests and offenses for sexual assault, harassment, and theft. I don't know what the theft is, but...
I guess they maybe start investigating and then they find other crimes that you've done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when there's smoke, there's fire.
But yeah, so it's a bunch of officers running, and then someone's like, nice tits. He goes, get on the ground!
Yeah, down! They all come out of the bushes. You go, you know how bad knife crime is right now? Can we focus on that? You go,
There's got to be more.
This is the shit that's serious here.
There has to be more stuff for these cops to be doing.
You
but
would think so.
Obviously, to me, maybe it's not that obvious, but the funniest part to me was just like, is there the hot officers that just have 20 bucks and then some fat fat British just gargoyle that's just like, I haven't had a single arrest.
Sure, yeah. We just want you to run. You were doing very well in your fitness tests.
Do you think is that where you have? Yeah. You have like one officer that's just got like 25 arrests, and then the one girl that's got like 2 black eyes.
Yeah. Also, is the talent so bad in the police force there?
Well, I don't know.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Were there hotter chicks, and they just go just to kind of play politics and go, oh, we'll pick the hottest ones, and they just pick 2.
We don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm making this up. I have no idea.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm wondering. Is this like
how did they
was
choose
this their
who's
crack
doing it?
Force of they go get us the 2 hottest or chicks or whatever.
There had to be some politics with that, right? Like, how do you get picked to be the chick that's supposed to get catcalled? And there's someone probably that's like, yeah, I'll take that assignment, and they're just like, yeah, I mean.
Yeah, we kind of had.
The fit Kate, ones. I don't know what to tell you.
We were going to do the fit ones, but
she just comes back drenched. She's been running for 8 hours straight. Like,
I haven't caught anybody yet.
I haven't made any catches.
Boy, am I hungry right now.
I haven't made a single catch. Right?
Yeah.
There's probably like a couple fit chicks that I don't know. I guess it's the girls that go undercover, but
I mean, it probably beats doing actual police work.
Going for your jog instead of actually doing work.
We just get running around.
Get on the ground.
We just get to lightly jog.
You get to walk around. So what is your assignment today? I want you to jog around and get compliments.
Yeah, basically.
And then arrest them.
What is the crime?
Do you think that after they finish all this, there's going to be sort of a push where they're like a bit of a racist policy? You know what I mean? I mean, it has to be.
Dude, it's literally headphone dodgers all over again.
This is...
we have compiled the list of people we arrested, and
do you remember
not very diverse
when they used to when all the articles were coming out being like catcalling's bad, and then they kind of were doing all these articles about that, and then doing all the videos, and then they kind of were realizing that it was like mostly not white people.
Yeah, remember the girl who did the YouTube video?
Yeah, exactly, right?
10 hours walking around New York City.
And then afterwards, there was articles trying to square that circle where they're like, well, it is kind of cultural for some people, but obviously some people are sexist, but some people are doing it. It's actually a sign of respect. And,
but we
just
don't
putting themselves
like
into a
it.
huff.
Yeah. Some women do like it.
It's hard for my culture to judge another culture because they're all, we all have different.
Anybody? Can someone bail me on this?
When white men catcall us back,
It's the worst.
they're trying to square that circle.
Yeah.
One of our officers. Oh, this is the other thing. Imagine Dr. Phil joins that troop.
Oh.
You know what? Dr. Phil and Superman have been joining ICE to do like the raids.
Yeah, of course.
Dr. Phil lends his helping hand where he's just gonna, I'm gonna dress up like a girl and walk around and get catcalling. I'm a volunteer catcall busters.
Yeah, for sure. Gets him in a fucking real hot, sexy suit.
Actually, would be a funny TV show, the Catcall Busters. You know,
that'd be good.
Like
That's-
Reno 911
That could
style
be like the
Catcall
new,
Busters.
like the new pedophile hunter videos. Catcall
yeah.
busters.
Catcall Busters.
Bad. Johnny, you available?
One of our officers.
We could do up Johnny real nice for that.
Yeah, we could get Johnny for sure, man. Put him in some heels for his run.
Oh, hell yeah. Shave him down. Get him some wigs, some fucking C cups, man.
Get a couple C cups on him.
Fucking send him to all the construction sites around town.
Ooh, hey fellas. Yeah, hey fellas. One of our officers was honked at within 10 minutes, and the other officer has not been honked at yet. And then the vehicle slowed down, beeping and making gestures just like 30 seconds later. That's how frequent it is.
What do you think the gestures were?
Suck it, maybe?
Maybe one of these?
Oh, finger. We have audio
Oi!
listeners, Danny.
Oi!
Finger in the hole. Danny's what
in the hole?
doing. Yeah. Maybe you could like.
It's crazy that's illegal.
It is crazy that's illegal.
are they
It's
like-
also crazy the dudes do it.
I know it is. I agree. Not in a million years do I have that urge. Like it's.
Yeah, it's the old Seinfeld joke. Like, what do you think they're gonna do? Like, when you drive by in your car and yell something, they chase after the car. Like, sir, I heard you yell nice tits to me.
Yeah. So I don't. But again, I don't know.
I know some guys that catcall successfully, but they do it. Yeah, it's done like this. Oh, yo, what's up, mama? What you doing? Oh, what's up, girl? What you doing? You know?
Yeah.
Oh, you got a nice left titty and a right titty. Yeah. Oh, what you looking
Yeah.
at? Oh, come on, mama.
rub your
Come here.
hands.
You got to rub your hands. Yeah, but I have seen it work in action. That's the problem. And whenever you have stuff like this, you go, well, men should stop doing it. And you go, I know, but you also have to get your girls together and be like, stop having sex with men who do this. Because
course.
for every one time it worked, he just did 10,000 more catcalls.
Of course. It's like that's the thing is it does work on some women.
Right, so you're telling some guys, you're just like, hey, stop catcalling. He was like, but I've had sex because of doing this.
Many times.
Yeah, maybe not many, but it
bet.
has happened.
I bet you meant it because again they're playing the numbers game.
It's a huge numbers game. I sat on a stoop yelling at girls for fucking 9 hours today.
Yeah.
I got 45 numbers.
Of course.
Again, not my play. I wouldn't be rocking like that.
Not my play, no, but hey, whatever works for you. Basically just like a
Well, the black guy
different cold
catcall is
approach.
yo mama. Do you know what the white guy catcall is?
What?
There she is.
There she is.
There she is the ultimate white guy
Yeah.
catcall. There she is.
There she is.
Found her.
And then if she pauses one step, you approach. If her gait changes at all.
Yeah.
you go, I've got my in.
I'm locked and loaded. There she is the
You
white
go, there
man's
she is, and then she
catcall.
stops. You go, nice day, eh?
Fucking beauty out
And
here.
then
eh?
she goes, yeah. You go, you're so in.
Yeah, I'm locked and loaded right now. Oh, you're enjoying yourself, liking talking to me there, aren't you? You're dressed to the fucking nines there, aren't you, girl?
Aren't you?
Yeah.
Real trout over
Bring you, yeah, just a real trout. Bring you home, meet the whole family. Yeah. Me and you get along real nice. Bring you to somewhere special there, bud. You call it bud.
Hey, man.
But that's 100% white guys catcalls. There she is.
Yeah, there she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, I think it is. To be honest, I think there is a reputation where we're like instinctively saying as black guys, but I think it really is like Afro-Cuban is probably #1 catcaller.
Yeah.
Like black guys,
Hispanic.
but they're like black, but they dress in like Latin, Latin tight clothes.
Sure.
Those guys love a catcall.
Yeah, it's definitely Hispanic people. That's like a cultural thing for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, very real Rico Suave shit.
Yeah, and I thought again, those guys, I think it works
No
for them
Asian
sometimes.
people.
Yeah.
No Asian people are in the.
Asians aren't catcalling, really, are they?
I don't think so. I don't think.
If they are, I hadn't seen it.
That's a rare breed.
That's
if it exists.
11001. That's what they say.
1111011.
I don't know what the Asian cat. They don't do it. I think
I don't think
white
that
cat
would
calls.
happen.
There she is. Brown cat calls Bob's.
Bubs. But they don't. But they're
Very
not
nice
doing
lady.
they're not doing.
I know.
Bobs
What do they say?
IRL.
Very nice lady.
Hello, dear.
Hello, dear. What do they? I don't know what they'd say. And I'm talking the accent just moved here.
I don't think they do it. I don't think they catcall.
They don't
I
really-
think they're in the cold approach game
they are in the cold approach
for sure. Like they'll be like, "Hey, how are you doing?" Like kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they'll like try and isolate you and you really just like get you in the zone here. But I don't think they're just like
I think
whistling.
compliments of some sort.
Yeah, I don't think. Hey, pretty lady.
It's not bad. I think Hey Pretty Lady was on the
I
right
don't think it's
track.
happening. And East Asian, I think it's non-existent.
No, I don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah, I don't think I've
Has
ever.
any
I don't
Asian
think
guy
I've
ever catcall?
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
There's tons of Asian guys that like kind of urban Asian guys that probably just
Yeah, maybe.
they're not culturally that Asian though, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, like kind of hood Asians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got to be honest. I'd put white guys probably in the middle of catcalling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you know, it's definitely not white guys are catcalling the least. They're probably in the middle.
I mean, at some point they were the most for sure. Like Italian dudes. Whew. They probably,
Yes,
they
yes,
probably
yes,
fucking
yes.
had a stranglehold,
Right.
Just like garbage collection.
It's a different type of thing. Italians are obviously bringing the average way the
yeah,
F
like
up.
you probably go down to Staten Island and it probably is like you're getting the Jersey Shore
Sure,
types.
if you're getting the Jersey Shore treatment, you're getting catcalled by whites. Yes.
Yeah. But
Olives, though.
Olives.
If you separate whites and olives, the white average goes down a lot.
absolutely, absolutely.
But I do think
big
small town construction worker has been known to there she is here and there.
Yeah. But I mean, it's hard to meet people in a small town.
Yeah.
Probably that's by necessity.
Anyways, one quick thing. I just told you the cruise stuff. I forgot. I told you some stuff that happened on it, but I didn't tell you a guy died.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I did the cruise. It was super fun. I was mostly hung out with Andre, which is like Andre Kim's the man. If you haven't followed him, he's so funny.
Yeah,
but like,
great.
so there was there was
Heart attack?
Yeah, so I was on stage and I was like it was the third set, and then you just hear beep, beep, beep. And I was just like, yeah, actually, that's what I like during my sets. I like when they just do announcements. So if you could,
Like code red?
Yeah, I was doing a code red, and I'm like, okay, so this is going on. I'm like, I know I have a good set, but I don't know if we need to be fire alarms on and whatever.
Sure.
But it just wouldn't stop. So it's like, 5.5 minutes of this. And then some people start like running upstairs, seeing what's happening. I didn't really know this on stage, but I got off and there was someone died. And then people that I was with, I can't remember if it was maybe like Andre, I don't know if Sai, but it was a couple people they ran up. Apparently Andre made fucking eye contact with the guy, just like some old beast dying doing what he loves, just being a fucking drunk mess on a cruise. And he just had a heart attack, and they were just like, clear, trying to do this. And he kind of was stressed out about it because he's like, I just like walked up there thinking like, oh, that's something fun's happening. Just like watching a guy like body
Something
turn
fun's
cold.
happening.
Yeah.
Definitely, I'm not the guy who's code red siren. I go, oh, what's going on there? I'm fucking rubbernecking the.
Isn't that crazy?
Code red siren. Yeah. That happens though. People die on cruises.
It's a weird world, man. It's a mall on a boat.
Mojo Nixon.
Yeah, it's a mall on a boat. They have like Gucci stores on the thing. Like I don't know who's buying a Rolex or some shit. Like who's going on a cruise and buying like a 40?
casino.
Is that the reason?
Yes, that's the same reason why they have them in casinos.
That's the reason.
Is because someone wins big,
$100,000 and buys his wife a fucking
and then
Birkin.
you go make some dumb purchases.
Do you want to know something wild about like the fancy purse game?
Yeah.
So I was in an argument that because I was kind of talking about maybe I wasn't ever going
You're
that
in an
hard.
argument with your girl. The ones on Canal Street are just as good. Telling you,
Well-
nobody can tell.
Actually, it kind of related to this intro because I was saying I was originally going to do a girl one, and I was saying it's funny to be like, and the girl, because the guy's inner monologue and stuff like that, and I was saying, and a girl's inner monologue is you need it, you don't want it, you need it.
Yeah.
It's like you need that purse. I know historically it's actually a good investment. I know even though that's not actually true, but it actually is. But then I was like, I looked it up. So fucking Birkins beat the S&P 500.
Depends which ones.
The
don't-
average of them.
Really, just like you grab,
Okay.
you buy any Birkin
So
bag.
average of Birkins and Chanel's.
Yeah.
So apparently they're hard to get. You got to be on a
Yeah.
list. You got to be a guy. You got to be this. And I'm sure when you're selling them, there's some fee and this and that. But on average, Chanel's underperformed the S&P 500 by like 2%. And Birkin, the one that like fucking Drake says he has a whole closet of them is for future wife or shit like that. And all the girls, they're like 25 grand or maybe more than that. Some of them are like 80 grand or whatever. They've appreciated at an average of 14% a year over the last like while.
Interesting.
And I was like, over
Do
like
they
the
have
last
to be unused?
Well, I'm sure once it's in bad condition, it's.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, I'm treating it. You
tell
gotta
your girl, because your girl's using it.
Sure, you got to treat it like baseball cards and stuff like that. Like, obviously, none of this matters if the thing's in rough shape.
Right.
I'm talking mint condition. I'm talking about, sellable, mint condition, no scratches. And I'm sure they have some system to fix it if it gets scratches and stuff like that. But
then it's, the moment that it gets repaired, it's still like, it's just like watches or anything. You go, that's not like, it has to be original.
I have no idea about any of that stuff, but I will tell you, on average, so by the way, this is all factored in, because maybe if it's in mint and you didn't touch it, it's actually better, because this is on average. Birkin bag, actually, maybe that's not an average, maybe that's like the price of the ones that are selling, so that might not be the average, but Birkin bags, assuming nothing disastrous happened to it, have outperformed the S&P 500.
Interesting. I wonder how much they just raise the prices every year. Right, like on a new, I wonder how much a new one costs year to year, and if that's like,
that's a big factor of it. They only make a certain amount, and then
because that's like a lot of times with Rolexes, where you're just like, they
control the supply.
Rolex is $10,000 and it costs $2,000. Like same with the house, it's just like, how to just the materials to build a house go up in cost every year.
Right,
so you're like, to just build a new house costs way more than an old house.
Well, you're paying for the brand 90%. But I just thought that was so interesting because it's kind of like that time that I said I Googled and found out that women have a higher IQ on average than men. And I was like, you can imagine that's probably not what I was looking for information-wise when I found that little piece out.
Sure.
I guess it's always the same thing where like guys have, more variance, more, more CEOs, more serial killers or whatever. But I didn't realize that when I was looking it up. And I was saying it's like a guy that just found out his dick size is smaller than average. I'm immediately like, well, it's how you use the IQ is kind of the actual important part.
I'm not sure I'm understanding what I'm reading right now.
What is IQ? Like, really? How do they do the test?
Yeah, it's not really tell you anything.
But that was like a big L for me. I'm looking at it. That is not the information. I was like thinking that I was going to find out that on average, it has a 3% return, doesn't beat inflation. I'm finding out these things are like crushing indexes.
Interesting.
Wild.
Yeah. Not very liquid though. Or maybe they are actually.
They are.
Yeah, I guess they are. You probably sell one pretty easy.
So yeah, interesting, but yeah, I guess you're right. That's why it is. But then, so we're on this thing, and it's honestly great squad. And then first day, we're sort of like talking to the girl, and me and Andre kept losing passes and stuff like that, and they kept being like furious with us because they're like, you better not lose this, and we'd have to come back half an hour later, like it's gone. Yeah, you know what I mean? And then
Ryan again.
Dude, at one point he was like, and this is like the boat chief or whatever you want to call her, something. I don't know, some girl that's in charge of something, And then we go, Andre goes, honestly though, are you actually like really mad at us? She goes, yeah, if you want me to be straight with you, I'm not happy right now.
Not loving it.
And then we go, and then I start talking about, we're saying, well, the shows have been pretty good. And she goes, well, we've actually had some complaints about the shows as well. And I go, so
definitely not doing this again.
So that's what we're thinking, right? I go, or whatever. And then I go, we go, what's the deal? What complaints you have? And she goes, we've had racism complaints. And then me and Andre go, all right, that's probably enough. Like, I don't know, we just start packing now, right? And then she goes, there's like there was like a black chick that like the one that she was kind of doing a separate thing because it was kind of this like musical comedy thing. We don't really know her, so she wasn't in our squad or whatever. And I actually didn't watch her act, but apparently she does like an hour long like white people are bad act. And some white person complained that it was too much shitting on white people, and I was just like, we are so back. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so
you dapper up. Yeah, that's right.
Well, on my thing, I'm like, we could say anything.
Sure.
Yeah. So, isn't that crazy that's where it's at? It's like there was like a racism complaint, and the racism complaint was too much shit on white people.
Because they probably booked her from a fucking Carnival cruise. She kills our Carnival cruise.
Well, there is something to be said about if white people are doing like aggressive black jokes, generally it comes with a like, I know this is, like a lot of sweetness of like, all right, I probably shouldn't say this, guys. Okay, this is going to be okay.
Your Farrakhan impersonation.
Right. Where I think that, if you're like a New York comic, you can pretty much do like a, you know, a really aggressive white people are bad act without any sweetener.
Yep.
So I think that maybe, you know, sometimes people that aren't like city people and used to that kind of, you know,
yeah,
talking are just like they're just like, what is this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I thought that was so funny. The one racist. I mean, by the way, there might have been more. This is very early on.
This is
But
early on, yeah.
the main racism.
I wonder
complaint
if
was,
she got a talk,
reverse racism
I
complaint.
wonder if she got a talking to, like the.
I don't think so.
No.
I highly doubt there was a
they're like,
talking
Can you
to.
tone it down? She's like, it's my entire act.
Right, but I think if you get a racism, I think if you're like the comedy booker in that situation, and they're like, "Hey, we have a complaint," like you're racist, you go, and you go to white people, you go, "Oh yeah, put that in the complaint box on the back, aka the recycling bin."
I'll get to that.
yeah, we'll get to doing something about that real soon. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
But yeah, then other than that, it was super fun.
Other than the
And I
guy
was-
dying.
I've been on.
And how'd they get him off the boat? Helicopter?
I know I think they stay there in the
There's
morgue.
a morgue?
They have a morgue and a jail.
that would be so funny to be in cruise jail for the whole thing.
It's hilarious, dude. Well, people get in plane jail sometimes where they, you know what I mean?
Well, there's not but it's
not a real
planes
jail.
don't have a jail cell. They usually just like duct tape them to their seat until they can land.
Right. Well, the cruise has a cruise jail and it's international water, so someone has to claim the crime. So basically, it's technically when you're on, because people always say international waters, like you can do whatever you want, you know what I mean? But what really happens is it's the jurisdiction of the country that it's closest to. However, unless there's like two countries that don't get along, which I feel like they're like, let's not go. We don't go in any waters that are non-jurisdiction. It'll be like you're here, and then like you know, Bahamas claims it, and then they tell America like, hey, we have this guy that killed his wife. He's American. Do you want to claim this crime? And they go, yeah, claim it. Send him back.
Right.
So it's like technically no, but in reality, your country claims the crime, and then they send you back, and you do the crime.
I mean, probably a sweet gig if you're just like the cruise jail guard.
Just walking around with
You probably
the
don't do
nightstick on the thing.
You probably don't do anything. Probably like you maybe like do they have like a cruise drunk
There's probably
tank?
so many.
That's just the cruise.
Yeah, I guess that's just the cruise.
That is
like what do you got to do to get in the drunk tank of a cruise? Probably in something wild.
I think the cruise is the drunk tank is the.
I guess they probably catch people
The
like
cruise.
smuggling drugs on board and stuff, and I guess it sends you. I thought they just kick you off. I don't know if they send you to cruise jail.
I don't know how that. No, they do. They must have a cruise jail, but I don't know if they let you off at the next stop or they keep you in cruise jail till you're back at your main port. It's a different type of person on these cruises, man.
I know. All you can eat buffets.
Some big boys over there.
Oh, I bet.
I wasn't really. You have to do the restaurants. If you're gonna do restaurants on things like that, you need a girl that's gonna plan it for you. So I just ate a hamburger every day. I literally just walk by the buffet and grab a hamburger. Probably 9,000 hamburgers. I was literally the guy from Popeye. Yeah.
Hamburger man.
Gladly pay you tomorrow for a hamburger today. I'm not joking. I was having hamburgers for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
That's insane.
And then possibly sometimes I was having a post-show hamburger too. Right. I'm not kidding. If I was being actually like gun to my mom's head, how many hamburgers you have? I'd probably say like 15.
You had 15 hamburgers.
4 days.
4 days. That's a lot of hamburgers, right?
Well, it was also there was the only area for hamburgers. You could just go grab one.
And there's like every type of food available.
Yes, there'd be like 12 people in the lineup for the good food, or you could just walk by and grab a burger.
Grab a burger. Yeah, just grab a little fucking energy.
Yeah, I had a lot of burgers. And then the other things you have to make a reservation. I wasn't doing none of that stuff. You know, I'm not about that life. Come on, man. That's a fucking pink job.
Pink job. Pink tax.
It's a pink job if I ever heard one. Okay, so Trump and Putin met.
Yeah.
And they had the longest handshake that I've ever seen in my
I
life.
saw someone on Polymarket actually bet the over on 10 seconds and won like a quarter.
I want Polymarket to be a title sponsor for this show because you're obsessed with them.
$250,000.
Did you know I reached out? I said,
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I've been trying to. I think the Polymarket should be our title sponsor because we talk about them so much. And
I got actually an interesting bet on.
You live on there.
I don't live on there, but I have a very interesting bet that.
What is it?
That I'm trying to place is if anybody wants to tail me, even though I actually haven't been filled on it yet, but remember the guy who wrote the paper that I was talking about a few months back?
Yes.
All the tariffs?
Yeah.
That guy to be the next head of the Federal Reserve.
Oh.
And it pays like 30 to 1.
How much did you put down?
I haven't. So I put a bid in because it's like super liquid because the market just started like 2 days ago.
Someone's got to take the other side.
Someone's got to take the other side of it. But I put in like $300, but it pays like 10 grand if it gets filled.
That's fun.
Yeah. But anyways, it pays like it's like a super long shot. But I'm just like I was thinking about it. I go because basically in order to be the head of the Federal Reserve, you have to be on the board of governors of the Federal Reserve, and a member of the board of governors of the Federal Reserve just stepped down like a few weeks ago.
What's the guy's name?
Stephen Mirren.
Oh, Mirren.
Stephen Mirren, and then Trump appointed him as a temporary governor on the Federal Reserve. So he has to basically get through his confirmation hearing, but like everybody who Trump puts forward gets through his confirmation essentially, other than fucking Matt Gaetz, right? And this dude's like squeaky clean, so he'll get through because Trump basically just tells everybody you have to do this. And then the whole thing is Trump's like biggest thorn in his side is that the Federal Reserve doesn't play ball with his whole fucking plan. What's better than have the guy who wrote the plan being the head of the Federal Reserve?
Yeah, you're putting yarn on a wall right now.
Oh yeah. So, anyways, we'll see if it works out.
Yeah.
But Stephen Mirren.
Well, the Russia thing was the funny part was they have the body language experts at it. They go, body language expert reveals little battle during the Trump-Putin handshake. Let's let go. I'm winning. When their hands met, however, a little battle broke up with the world leaders. When they get into a handshake, Trump is at the bottom, Putin on top. Trump pulled Putin's arm in, held it close to his body. Typically, Trump pulls the other hand. But they go,
yeah. They're doing the full play-by-play of a handshake.
Yeah, well, I'll show you it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Pat, tap back. Putin tapped him again. See if Trump gives him a tap back. Putin gave him a third tap, still holding. Final tap. Trump got the final tap in. And then they did another one here in front of the camera.
What's the biggest alpha dog move there? Going for the kiss? And then the other guy fucking goes back and you go, gay.
You're going for give him a kiss on the cheek. Yeah.
Just kiss. It's real Russian shit right there.
That is a little bit of an alpha move. If there's any sort of cultural difference, you hold it long and then he doesn't want to hold your end. You go limp, he still holds it, and then you just kiss him on the lips.
Man, that would be a great fucking photo. Just Putin kissing Trump on the lips.
But what's your opinion on that? If you're polymarking betting, do you think that he's going to reach a agreement with Russia and Ukraine after all this? No, you think that something's going to go wrong?
No. Because again,
there was protesters there. They were kind of yelling. If you watch Putin's there with Trump and they have protesters and media, and the media is like, when are you going to stop killing innocent civilians? Like stuff like that.
Yeah. Again, I guess if Ukraine's willing to cede like the entire fucking east of Ukraine to end the war, but then it's not. Again,
that's the question.
You would essentially, I guess Trump's a good guy to do this because he is like a real estate guy, and this is a real estate dispute.
Kind of is, yeah.
Essentially, but I think Ukraine's like, we lost so many people. They're like, no country wants to give up any territory. Right. I don't know how you basically get Ukraine to do it. I guess America could eventually.
Maybe Putin agrees to give him back some.
Maybe, but I don't know what Ukraine's willingness to give any land is. I guess America could be like, I don't even know if America could even say, hey, we're not going to help you with weapons or whatever. Like, so you're on your own, because Europe is still, and Canada and every other country is still supplying them with everything. So.
Do you think Trump's playing trillion D chess?
I think Trump really, really wants a fucking Nobel Peace Prize.
Really?
I think he just wants just that notch on his belt.
Yeah.
This is the way to do it.
For sure.
And it's worth a try for him. But
it's one of his things he said he's going to do, and he hasn't done many of them.
No. And I think this is a thing he wants to do, and I guess he's going to try and do it. But I don't know. Unless
you're not feeling super confident in that.
No, because I just don't think Ukraine wants to give up a lot of territory. Not the amount Russia wants, for sure. It's like, I think Russia wants like fucking quarter of the country.
You're saying the two sides are too far apart in this negotiation to start out.
And there's been again, and I realize it's sunk cost here, but a lot of fucking people have died. And so, generally, though that is a sunk cost, it's like people are like, yeah, well, we're not just going to fucking concede here.
Well, yeah, what's option 2? Fight more?
Keep fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More people die, and it's the chess fallacy where you keep thinking that you're 5 moves ago, but you're in a worse position and you can't stop.
Yeah,
it's like a classic game theory conundrum.
Yeah, and like Europe's not gonna like squeeze Ukraine to wrap this thing up.
No one is,
and nobody likes Russia, so I don't know. It keeps on going. And Russia doesn't seem like they're going to concede. I don't know.
You know what I was thinking in terms of, because you just remind me, because you always say Putin's probably the richest man in the world, maybe?
Oh, he's up there.
He's up there, yeah. But do you know how there's been a huge swath of billionaire hate probably like going up? Mm-hmm. It's a 2-part proposal, but the first part's not that crazy, but billionaire hate is going up in exact proportion with billionaires trying to act cool.
Yeah.
And celebrity hate went up in exact proportion with celebrities trying to get sympathy. So it's like, it's a certain thing where if you get to be a celebrity and you're famous, you're pretty rich, everyone knows who you are, the one thing that you can't get is people having sympathy for you. So if you're just like, I've had this hard life, like people might give you the sympathy at first, but it like kind of grates on you little by little where you're just like, I don't care. I don't want to feel bad for
some rich.
So you almost start like in people's brains inherently start looking for reasons why they're like a piece of shit so they can so they don't have to do this.
Yeah.
Cause you're just like, I guess you got us this time where we all have to like collectively feel bad for you. But it's like, you're not a sympathetic character. You're like a famous movie star. No one wants to feel bad for you, whether that be for your race, whether that be for,
whatever,
the poor upbringing you've had, like whatever it is. Yes, you can get certain people, but on aggregate, I think most people don't like feeling bad for a celebrity, right?
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, no one wants to think a billionaire is cool. You're just like, Mark Zuckerberg's taking jujitsu now. Elon Musk is, I want to be the funny meme guy. Jeff Bezos is on a boat with celebrities. Like, I think that just annoys people too.
And they're not cool, objectively.
And they're not cool. So it's like a phony baloney thing on top of that. And I think that people get annoyed with it. And on top of the fact that, there's big wealth distribution problems and a million other things.
Yeah, maybe Larry Ellison's a cool billionaire.
He's not. Well, I'm not saying there is no billionaire that's cool. I'm saying if you are a billionaire that's cool, the cool thing to do would be hang back and stop trying to be cool.
Yeah, like Warren Buffett.
Yeah, you don't
Warren
have
Buffett,
to.
I'd be like, Warren Buffett's cool.
Is he cool? I don't know.
He drives a Buick.
We shouldn't know.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Because they shouldn't let you know whether they're cool or not. It's kind
The
of
moment
like
they're trying is the moment they're losing.
it's like a parent a little bit. Like, if you don't have to be the cool parent, even if you were cool, you're allowed for your kids to be like, yeah, my dad's kind of a dork, and you can be fine with that.
Yeah.
Like it's the trying to be cool and the wanting, the neediness to also be cool that I think is just like, it just rubs you the wrong way. And I think that on top of all the other stuff, there's economy problems, stratification, blah, blah, blah. But I think there is like a very good correlation of how much billionaires try to be cool with how much of people eventually like hate them even more.
Yeah. That's probably a good theory.
Yeah, and for celebrities, it's their need for sympathy. But then on the other hand, you go, there is something about billionaires where they also need people to think they're cool and funny. And then there's something about celebrities that they also need people to feel sorry for them. Like, you have everything else, and you're like, but I want sympathy.
It's these things you can't buy.
Yeah, things you can't buy that you need.
Right, yeah. There's just things you just cannot purchase.
I don't find that a lot of billionaires need sympathy. Mm-hmm. And sometimes...
no, yeah, generally they're not.
Sometimes actors need you to think they're cool, but the problem is people do think the actors,
Yeah.
like Clooney, people did think he was cool. Brad Pitt, people did think they were cool, so they're not desperate for that.
Yeah, that they have. Now they just want...
That's why Will Smith needs that so bad, because he lost it, right?
Yeah, I don't know if he's getting that back.
No, I don't think he's getting it back.
You can have some sympathy from me for his loss of coolness.
He's not getting up.
That's right. I am sympathetic for the fact that he lost his coolness.
You can be sympathetic for the loss of coolness.
That he will never get back.
Yeah.
So that's something for Big Willie Styles.
But I think that those are the things that they want and they can't have. And it's a vicious cycle of them wanting it and then doing things to try to get it, somewhat getting it, but in the process bothering everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of any billionaires that are cool.
It's like the guy that, it's like, imagine you go to like a billionaire's house and he's having like a party, right? And it's like inherently everyone's kind of like, oh, crazy, this guy's a billionaire. And then he pulls out a guitar and wants you to hear him play guitar. You're like, no,
even
fuck.
worse, he starts doing stand up or something.
Yeah. He was like, I started a band, and you're like, shut the fuck
I guarantee
up.
you Elon Musk has like somewhere in his fucking notepad.
I could be in a band.
5 minutes set written. 5 minutes of stand up.
For sure.
100% he has that written somewhere. And he's thought about it, and he's just like, never
This
done
would
it.
crush.
Oh yeah, he goes, this would fucking kill.
Yeah. And he wrote it with Grok too.
He wrote it, Grok helped him and Jason Calacanis for Punch Up.
Yeah. Jay Callahan definitely punched it up.
Yeah.
I have another interesting stat for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I told you I have a lot of good facts this weekend, or this week, because there's been a second. But so you know how there's like a big problem with national debt, or obviously there's a problem with national debt, but there's a big problem with people having student loans they can't pay back, right?
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
And that don't discharge in bankruptcy.
Don't discharge in bankruptcy.
Total scam.
It's total scam, but you end up in a situation where the banks kind of give people more money than they should because they don't have to, underwrite it essentially, right? They don't have to underwrite the loan because it's guaranteed and et cetera, et cetera. And a lot of times, there's situations where the government might even get in and pay it back. And that's the Bernie Sanders, everyone. But I didn't realize the extent to which it was a gendered problem. So I'm just going to read this. 40% of women with student loan debt have studied fields that are ranked low or very low in likelihood to pay back the debt. When it comes to that number of men, 13%. So 40% of women go into a field that they most likely won't pay that debt back.
Well, 'cause they're
13% of men do. So in absolute numbers, based on proportion of student loan debt held by each gender, that means women owe about $400 billion that will never be paid back. Men owe $70 billion that will not be paid back. So, the government getting involved in student debt and paying is literally a transfer payment to women.
Yeah, women be shopping, even for fucking
Women be shopping for
student debt.
degrees. Women be shopping for degrees, but. It's such an interesting point that
I mean, that
you
logically
are kind of
makes sense. They're worse with money, and then on top of that, they pick more like kind of social sciences, liberal arts kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Where these are like these expensive things that don't really have. Where like men are more likely to be engineers and things.
Yeah.
And so that does check out.
It definitely checks.
Men are more
out.
pragmatic in that sense.
Yeah, and they choose those. Yeah, exactly.
They literally go into college and they go, I'm taking all this debt. I should have something by the end of this that I can pay it back.
Right. So it's like, it's sort of in a lot of ways, it is presented as like sort of a class situation when really it's sort of a gender situation where you're like, as a country, you're like, to what extent should people getting degrees they'll never be paid back be subsidized by the taxpayer? It's kind of the question.
I mean,
and it's not people. And that's the question. It's not people.
And there's such a good solution for this, which is,
when they say adult daycare, it's like, it's kind of like that should the taxpayers pay for like,
no,
essentially women to
the
do
fucking
degrees?
underwriters should have to, it should just be discharged in bankruptcy like
Agreed.
every other debt. And then that's literally problem solved. I don't know what the opposition to this is other than they're like, I guess it would hurt the colleges. Maybe the colleges make huge.
No, the opposition is somewhat of a class thing where they're like, well, poor people can't afford it then.
Right.
So why should rich people go be able to get their sociology degree that you can't use but poor people can't? It's I think it kind of comes back to a class thing. That's why you have the Bernie Sanders of the world kind of being like, well, it should be free, and you're like,
yeah,
well,
but you're doing them a disservice by allowing them to do this. It's like, it's one of those things. It's like,
yeah,
but you're actually hurting them by allowing this.
Well, that's a lot of policies that
I guess. Yeah. You're like, okay, well, I guess let them just be indebted. I mean, I would think it's more of like the people who are running the colleges are like, but badly this.
But then
this will hurt our top line if you fucking stop giving out all these loans. Like if the amount of loans.
Yeah, it would have to go down in price.
Or the amount of loans are. Yeah, you're just like, yeah.
The thing would have to go down in price. Banks would have to underwrite them different.
Yeah,
but. Yeah, and all that's true. I just didn't realize the extent to which it really was like a gender problem.
Shopping.
Isn't that crazy? $400 billion to $70 billion of like debt that won't paid back. I think those are the numbers, but
interesting. I don't like it.
Yeah, that kind of blew my mind.
It is a really high amount, but it's not necessarily surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I would think it's like 6 to 1, but it's yeah. I wonder, because I guess the thing is, at the end of the day, guys can still, even if they have a useless degree, can probably.
There's guys who have a useless degree and then go fucking work in construction for 5 years.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Whereas I guess women are what?
Well, there might be an argument from their end making that it's like, well, that's not our fault that we get paid less because for doing the same work, and then they're like, well, it's not the same work. They're like, it is.
Yeah.
And then you're back to baseline politics arguments.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a mess.
So better than that, changing gears to something else hilarious because we had bangers this week. Woman tells her pregnant friend the truth about her fiance, blows up their lives, and why don't you tell the people what happened here?
This is a tough one. So a couple birds in the UK, for some reason there's a documentary on Bonnie Blue. The chick who banged 1,000 dudes in, was it 12 hours?
Something like that.
Good for her. Real athlete she is.
Yeah.
And anyways, some chicks watched it because it was on like a regular like Channel 4 or BBC or some shit. I think Channel 4. And then they're watching it and they're like, yo, that's our friend's boyfriend.
Yeah.
And she's like 8 months pregnant. So then she told the friend. Apparently a lot of people were hitting up the friend who were kind of.
Was he the only? There must have been a few of them that got busted in the documentary.
Oh, for sure. Well, apparently the problem with this dude is he had a very distinct body type and distinct tattoos.
That's what I was thinking. Danny in line at the Bonnie Blue thing, and you're watching the documentary, and there's just a guy. Guy crying through the horse mask.
Yeah, is it, dude? Yeah, distinct tattoos. I mean, again, that gets a lot of people all the time.
so fucking
Can't
funny
have
though,
fucking-
being busted in the document. That guy must have been sweating so much when that documentary
He
came out.
probably was. That's the thing. He probably was like,
He's been sweating.
no, I think he's
Oh.
probably so stupid where
He thought he was good.
Yeah, he's like, they'll never catch me. I have fucking
They wear
horse-
balaclava. They wear ski
Yeah, they all wear
masks.
ski masks, but he has distinguishing tattoos.
Man, that is so hilarious to think.
Maybe he
you could get
thought
away
he was
with
like,
that.
yeah, this is behind a paywall on OnlyFans. Why would like,
Yeah, then the documentary came out.
yeah,
Boom, you're done, pal.
what an idiot.
Hilarious. Imagine your wife's 8 months pregnant and you just are like, oh, I want to be one of the guys fucking Bobby
That guy
Blue in
fucking
line.
980 at the 1,000 guy gangbang.
So this one. And this guy was living in fear. She goes, we debated till the early hours of the morning if we should tell her or wait because she's 8 months pregnant. I ended up driving to her mom's house and told her. And then he called me, the boyfriend, after I...
Oh, not happy. Not a happy
boyfriend
camper.
called him, said, I'm an evil little homewrecker who would ruin not only his life and calling me out on social media for trying to ruin his relationship and wanting his unborn daughter to grow up without a dad. By the way, the balls on this guy.
Oh, I know, for sure. To be like, how could you do this to me?
You have a fucking set on yourself to like get busted for being guy number 900 in the Bonnie Blue gangbang and then calling her being like, I'm going to ruin your life on social media. You're like, are you crazy, buddy?
nuts.
You're sitting in a fucking glass house
Next
right now.
level nuts. That guy is thinking that was fucking. He's been wrong
Do
somehow.
you think there's anyone we know that was in that 1,000?
No, because I think it was in the UK.
I'm just saying, people, you know.
I don't know enough people in the UK. I would guess no. It's a lot of like hoodlums.
You think that's what it was mostly?
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of like.
Just a random like dude who works at IBM.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of like high class. Like, I don't think anybody who had a lot to lose did that.
There had to be a couple like middle managers in there.
Maybe. That's such an insane thing to do. Be like,
With tattoos, it's even crazier.
yeah, for sure. If you have like no distinct body and you just have a regular looking body, but to go do that is nuts. I don't know. I mean, I fucking dude, you couldn't pay me to be even guy 10. Like, if you're like, you'll be guy 10, I'm like, no.
No,
My
thank
longest
you.
drought of all time. When I was in the middle of my longest drought, and you're like, you
Still
wanna be
no.
guy 10? I'm like, hell no.
Well, it's worse than that because you're guy 10 and they're filming it.
And they're filming.
You go, guy 10, they're filming, and you're like, but you have a ski mask on, and you're just like, how much would it be if they did? Okay, but like legitimately, if they go, it's not guy 10. I go, you're gonna be guy 400. Mm-hmm. Okay, you're guy 400. They're not. The documentary doesn't exist at this point, right? There is no documentary. Guy 400 behind a paywall, but obviously people are gonna say it.
Yeah, people are going to see it.
How much?
And I'm like single.
That's a good question. Okay, I guess single and not single.
I mean, not single. I just wouldn't do it.
You couldn't. You don't think you could tell the wife, be like, "Hey, I'm gonna get $10 billion."
I suppose there.
Right. There's obviously a number for both.
I guess maybe. What would the number with the wife? It would have to be like.
Okay, fine.
It
The
would
no
have to
wife.
be legitimately like $20 million.
The no. Okay. $20 million probably.
Yeah.
Okay, for you. For no wife, what's the no wife number? And it's not 20 million, by the way. But
Yeah, I don't know. No wife, and it's gonna be behind a paywall. I get to wear the mask.
you get to wear the
And
mask.
I guy number 400.
You're guy number 400 out of 1,000.
And I'm basically only getting like 10 pumps, right? Because that's how it works.
You get however many pumps you.
No, because it had to be. It's timed, right?
Okay.
She had to break a record, so like you don't just.
So you have, like, a couple minutes.
You don't have all day.
You have a couple
You have
minutes.
a couple minutes.
But you do have to stand in line stroking in front of the guys to get it hard.
Oh.
I think.
Is there no fluffer?
I don't know how it works.
No fluffer. $100,000.
Really?
I don't know.
That was lower than I was expecting.
I mean, I feel like it'd be insane.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man likes
$1
money.
million.
Yeah, I would say probably more in the mill territory.
I don't know.
But you're right.
I legitimately don't
I could
think
probably get
I couldn't
convinced
get
for
it up.
700.
Couldn't get it up 100%.
No, you'd be you'd be so rock hard on pills.
I don't even with pills, dude. My brain would be like, it would supersede any sort of chemicals in my body at that point. Like, I don't think I'd be able to do it.
Okay, but 100 grand was low.
Yeah, I don't physically think I'd be able to do it. I'm thinking of like 20.
I think physically
thinking
you'd
of
be
like
able to do it.
20-year-old me, maybe. Like,
In college, like
In
they
college.
have, and they have a check for 500 grand sitting right in front of you.
yeah, and you go, I guess I'll take this
Yeah.
for a spin.
I'll take it for a
I guess I'll
spin.
just do that.
Yeah, you'd have to be younger, but
You gotta be younger, but it's like even 30-year-old me single, I'm like, no way.
it's a lot,
I
man.
don't think I would do it.
Hilarious though.
Insane that he's fucking pulling Uno reverse on this chick because
I know.
she did to me.
So here's a funny one. So Denmark to remove pornographic mermaid statue, and what happened was, and this is such a funny scenario. So they have. I like when all these little pockets of the world are still having all their debates over this stuff, and kind of like I said a little bit, where other countries are like the younger brother to America, where America, does all this kind of stuff. It's like a movement, and then they sort of move on, and the other countries are still like, we're still doing, we're still like,
we're relitigating,
we're still right in
all
here,
this stuff.
So, but this guy did a statue, and it had like pretty huge tits.
Well, there used to be a statue. So there used to be this bronze statue that was like around for like in Denmark, or like it was like on the water, like a mermaid for like hundreds of years. And it was like what you would think of like a 200-year-old, whatever, 100-year-old statue. It was bronze, and it was like, kind of like not super fit chick mermaid. Like she was like, she had a little meat on the bone, small tits. This guy goes full anime, and he's like some old dude, and he goes, sure, I'd love to make the thing. Just massive
Guns.
rack. Just those things are pointing right at you. Like just insane jugs.
We could, Johnny, put this on the screen.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's an older guy too. He's just standing there beside his
real
statue.
old perv. Like literally, you get an old perv to make a statue of a topless chick, and he just goes full old perv.
Full old perv. And then it became like a thing where people were just like, debates erupted in Denmark, the fate of the statue. Some people say it's ugly and pornographic. A man's hot dream should not be what a woman looks like. Now, this person, Serene Goddess Sin, she says, erecting a statue of a man's hot dream of what a woman should look like is unlikely to promote women's acceptance of their own body. Now, that's where it started.
Yeah.
A rebuttal has entered the equation, and that rebuttal is also from a woman, Aminata Kaur Thran, and she says, the scrutiny of mermaids' breasts was tantamount to body shaming. Do naked female breasts not have a specific academic shape and size to be allowed to appear in public? So she's come back. People are like, oh, come on. And they go, what is wrong with a woman's body that has big breasts?
Yeah, exactly.
And they go,
no, the whole thing is, again, it's the debate 10 years ago in America. They go, we've been showing off the big guns for a while. Let's have some just droopy, asymmetrical ones.
Right. And they're like, well, so you're saying a woman that has guns like that should be shamed? She can't be on a statue?
I love how all the guys have to just be like, yeah, I guess I'm going to sit out this one in the opinion department.
I think the guys say, I think the body shaming comment. Yeah.
I hate this body shaming stuff.
Well, yeah, big
this broad's right.
Yeah, this broad fucking nailed it. I hate body shaming.
I hate body shaming, and I like a set of huge cans.
She's can shaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's perfect jug shaming.
Look at that fucking tit to waist ratio going on there. What, you telling me you don't like that?
It's just a bunch of guys working in a garage with like the calendars of jugs being like, we just think a woman's body shouldn't be shamed, so why should she have to cover that up? I mean, this one covered up a bit with the wet t-shirt, but that was so funny being like 11 years old and going to like a mechanic shop and they just have like the wet t-shirt calendar.
Yeah, real fucking.
Oh yeah, just fucking mechanic shit, eh?
Yeah, that's how they like it. But yeah, I mean, this is a nice set of jugs right there.
The Danish Agency for Palaces and Culture declined to comment. They're too busy jacking off to it. You know what I'm saying?
Those things look like a fucking couple palaces.
And then so we're doing like a little travel around the world to see what these stuff. So we just stopped in Denmark. Now we're going over.
Where in the world is Carmen San Diego?
We're going over. Yeah, we're gonna go over to BC where 2 Zara ads banned for unhealthy thin models.
Is it in BC?
No, I said BBC.
Oh, BBC.
And we're going over to Britain. Yeah. But the watchdog ruled that they have a watchdog.
Yeah.
By the way, we'll put those up too. This is not that crazy right here. Like, there's tons of girls that kind of have that kind of body. Oh, look at this.
Yeah,
pretty not crazy. Normal. You know what I mean?
I mean, she could stand to use it. A few.
But BBC has a watchdog, which is, I assume, just like a 600-pound woman on a leash, and she's just, it's just sitting down, girl. The watchdog.
Heel, girl.
Heel. The watchdog doesn't like it. Okay. Throw her your ham.
Yeah, you throw her fucking just a steak, raw steak.
Raw steak. Okay, you're done working for the day.
That'll keep her busy. Now let's see these ads.
Till we have another ad for her to approve or not approve. Like, I think that's what happens. They bring the ad to, the watchdog, and she comes out of her house, gets stuck for a little bit, comes out,
dragging the house behind her, stuck in it.
Too skinny.
Yeah.
So she wasn't, but it's not that crazy
Not
at
that
all.
skinny, and they were doing fucking huge fat ones for so long.
I know, and they had it too good too
So
long.
they had to remove the ads?
That's where they're at right now. The watchdog ruled that it's irresponsible. Adverts must not appear again in their current form, and that Zara must ensure images were prepared responsibly. So, or do you think the watchdog's one black guy? Nah, that's too skinny, yo.
Nah. They don't have no meat on
Nah,
their
that's some
bones.
fucking bones and shit, yo. Nah, I'm not trying to look at bones and shit.
I mean, again, how do you even... What is too skinny? Like, what's the metric here?
I think the watchdog metric, they try to say that it looks unhealthy.
Like, if you're listening right now, like, the photo is literally like, yeah, you can see
We'll
her,
put it
like,
up,
her
yeah, but-
clavicle,
yeah.
I guess. She's got, like,
just a skinny chick. I mean,
just
I've
like skinny chick.
dated girls that look like that.
Yeah, it's
they weren't
not-
anorexic. They're
No,
just skinny
definitely
chicks.
not anorexic. It's not...
No, it
this isn't,
wasn't.
like, 90s Calvin Klein shit.
No.
No, not even close. You're like, that's just a...
But they're just like, no,
Small
we do
frame
fat
woman.
shit. But isn't that crazy that they have like they have like someone at the country that their like actual job is to make sure that the ads are like properly fat?
I mean, that checks out considering they're doing these fucking catcalling.
But they need the Denmark person to come in and be like, it's actually you're body shaming her, right?
I mean, kind of.
They haven't had their rebuttal yet. But Zara, they removed the ads, but they said both models in question have a medical certification proving that they were in good health. So they sent the girls to a doctor, and the doctor's like, no, they're not too skinny, they're fine.
Yeah.
And then the watchdog was like, if they...
Watchdog not happy.
It's like a ground dog. The watchdog, if it barks at the ad too much, you go, that's way too skinny.
Yeah, that's way too skinny.
And then they bring in one that's just like Jabba the Hutt, and they go,
I'd love to see what this watchdog looks like in real life.
It's hard to find what the watchdog looks like.
I would really like to see what this... I mean, don't need to. It would be pointless because we know what the watchdogs are kind of working with.
We know what the watchdog looks like.
Like, I'll tell you, the watchdog doesn't look like that.
The watchdog definitely doesn't
Not
look
like
like that.
closer to me.
Do you think
Somewhere in between you and me.
Do you think it's a gay guy?
Gay guys love
Gay
skinny
guys like the
chicks.
skinny chicks.
Fuck no. No, it's just like some dumpy middle-aged chick.
Has to be, right?
Yeah.
Or like an old lady, maybe.
Yeah, it's like an old dumpy middle-aged chick. Maybe younger. Big, though. Real big.
Real nice, you know?
Real big, yeah.
Some meat on the bones for sure. She's not skipping dinner.
She likes
or a second dinner or a third dinner.
She likes a Sunday roast. Yeah, she does.
It's killing me that they have a watchdog that fucking gets to rule it's too skinny and they have to take the ad down.
I mean, I'm sure there's fucking something like that in Canada too. I wouldn't be surprised.
Do you think they should at least have it both ways?
Because I
if
guess
they're
it's
gonna
probably
have
for
it.
public display of the ads. Like I imagine you could.
But the crazy part is it's for the unhealthy. It's like, okay, so what about the other way? You're not going to say that's too unhealthy?
Never, of course. I mean, obviously.
Right?
You know? Yeah, they'll be like, that's perfectly fine. Like what? So you're like, we have to pick a BMI range and all... like, it's like basically fucking...
They only have an
crypto
under.
communism here. We go, yeah, you just have to be within... We have like... It's like Department of Jokes. It's like...
Yeah, it's Department of Humor, yeah.
Yeah, I just go, we have to have just like, here's the BMI, the allowed BMI of all models in this country.
Yeah, the allowable discourse.
Somewhere, if this is for women, this is for men.
Yeah.
And then you're like, you're at a shoot and you're testing their BMI. You're like...
The Ovalton window. If you can fit through the window,
Ovalton
you...
window.
The Ovalton window. If you can fit through the window, you can't be a model.
Yeah.
But that's what's going on there.
Ovaltine window.
Now we're going to actually, so we'll get back on the train here.
Yeah.
We're getting back on the tracks.
Where are we going?
We're actually going back in time to America.
Ooh.
So we are going back to the 90s in America because articles from the 90s in America have been going viral on Reddit and people have been really, really
that old
unhappy.
Stern clip too.
Old Stern
They're
clip.
like fucking, man, who's digging this shit up?
So people are finding out about what the 90s were like and they're finding out about Maxim magazine,
Man,
Howard Stern.
I know you've never seen me cry, but I might start to cry just getting wistful about the 90s.
The 90s was a wild west.
Dude, if you're a certain age, you have no idea what it's like to just take a shit and read a Maxim
In public.
in public. Yeah. Fucking roll that thing up. in back pocket, pull it out.
We actually didn't know how good we got it in that era. I mean, people do talk about it where like it kind of was the sweet spot of like, you know, there just wasn't that much like turmoil.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Kids could actually be kids, and they didn't have phones yet either.
Yeah, it was a good time.
I know. I am like a little. I am. You know, you always have that argument where you're kind of like, is that just because that's where we grew up?
Yes.
But other people seem to think it was. You know, I think there is an argument to be made that it was objective.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a good time.
It was the last era where like music actually kind of, you know, bands kind of mattered.
You could be racist with no repercussions. You could be sexist with no repercussions. Ableist with no ableism didn't even exist.
No such thing.
It was a term that did not exist yet.
No, it was no such thing.
Yeah.
That being said, it might be like that in the future, but there's too much information out here. There's too much, you know. I actually read like a big stat that was talking about the way that kids' brains are, and it was talking about like new young people's brains are becoming higher in like neuroticism and worse in conscientiousness. And it was like all of the stats of what, you know, like people say IQ is like one of the highest predictors.
Yeah.
Also, you know, a conscientiousness, which is essentially like bravery, like risk management, like all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And that might be getting that a little wrong, but like all of the basket of like traits that make you successful, a lot of young people were like locked down in that. And, you know, ability to like take on risk is big one of those.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, you know, ability to like safely take on risk in a way that it's not going to like wreck you if it doesn't work. It's kind of like
but you try stuff.
Yeah, and I'm kind of making up stuff a little bit because I don't have this thing memorized. I wasn't planning on talking about it, but apparently the things that are high predictors of success, a lot of young people, there's like a big downward slant on it, and the things that are predictors of like, you know, kind of being a mess, they are on the rise, like which is neuroticism and a lot of other things.
I've actually been thinking,
and it's obviously they're attributing it to social media and, you know, a culture of like not being able to experiment without it being kind of under the microscope and recorded and blah blah blah.
Yeah, I've actually been thinking about that. It's bad that because they kind of like are said, you know, getting rid of bullying. Whatever.
Yeah.
I actually think that's a bad thing. Getting rid of bullying.
Yeah, so does 10 million stand-ups.
No, not in that sense. No.
You ever heard that one, Johnny?
Who does that one?
I don't know. Every fucking 60-year-old comedian.
I'm not talking about for the fucking sense of like kids these days with the everybody gets a participation trophy.
I'm Danny Polishuk, and we need to bring back bullying.
No.
I know you're saying something different.
No, I'm saying in the sense of like because obviously like all these, you know, mostly in the West.
Yeah, these kids are getting participation trophies.
Yeah, essentially. It's fucking grinds my gears. But in the West, like it's gonna, with the falling like birth rates and like older population.
Okay.
Like they're gonna have to import people to like basically maintain the population that they need in order to like keep up growth. But bullying was like a great check and balance on like the newest, like the, you know, essentially like the first generation kids to essentially assimilate into the culture. But then you get rid of bullying and then they don't really assimilate. Like
you're saying it's a check. that is a new angle on it.
Like because it used to be this thing where like
there's a check and balance, you know, for social norms. You're saying
you're a Korean kid, for example, and you bring your fucking weird Korean food and everybody makes fun of you, and then you're just like, I eat hot dogs.
I'm a hamburger guy.
I'm a hot dog hamburger guy. Yeah, I like, maybe you're in Canada, I like hockey. I'm in America, I like baseball and football. Whereas now you're like, no, I eat my Korean food. I like.
If you're Scottish and your parents try to send you to school in a kilt, and all the kids are like, you're wearing a fucking dress. Yeah,
haggis, and then you know, you don't have this check and balance of bullying anymore. That's like this forcible assimilation into the culture, right?
Yeah,
which it kind of does, because if you think about it, if all of the kids you knew, like when we were in elementary school, who are like the first generation immigrants, they're like as Canadian as anybody.
Yeah, they are.
Right?
Yeah.
Whereas I have
a lot of times they're more the city than they are the country, but the city's a product of the country.
But you know what I mean? But like they did like assimilate very well. Like, you know.
Oh, buddy, how many guys that we know that are like Muslim comedians that are like West Coast guys?
Yeah.
They fucking talk like this there, and it's like kind of funny. Yeah.
And I have this feeling, because of getting rid of bullying, that when you go like a couple generations out, you're not going to have that as much.
It'll stop the kids from like having sort of like a central,
like it'll be like, oh, I bring my
norm
weird
system.
food to school, and everybody's just like, congratulations, that's great.
I still listen to the music from back home instead of
like
being
all the
like
stuff, and you're like, that's actually for like a social fabric. That's actually not great for like a like a patriotic.
You're like instead of watching the new action movie, you're just like still at home watching Shah Rukh Khan. And
Kind
you're
of,
just like, okay, come on, we gotta all have like
and then
some references.
it insulates everybody in their own
Makes
little
everyone
pockets
in their own little
versus-
pockets.
Yeah.
And you're right, it is a time when things are becoming more and more decentralized and people are already becoming more and more in their pockets.
Yeah. And you're like, bullying is just like, probably
you can't make fun of this guy's
Food.
food, and you're just like, well, there's got to be some regulatory system where you're like, we all grew up like kind of in the same way, like you iron out his edges, he irons out your edges, and you kind of end up with, we had the same experience growing up in this city, and then we're all just like Toronto people as opposed to we're all where we're from first and here second.
Yeah, and now it's going to be reversed because it'll be like, no, you keep whatever you brought with you, and
then you just only hang out with other people that are that, and you just end up with like this people hang out here.
I mean, they still probably would hang out with the people like I'm sure like if you were in high school, it's like a certain groups would still birds of a feather kind of thing, but they were getting bullied, right? Like there was like this force that was pushing them into the proper direction of assimilation
of what the norms are, but you're also creating the norms too.
Yeah,
like sometimes the norm, like their thing rubs off. Like you take the good parts and leave the bad parts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you think about it,
like those tiny little daggers.
Yeah. Well, if you think about like there was all the Genos at my high school, right?
Yeah.
And they would have like like a hallway that was kind of like the Italian like hallway that they all thought they were in the mob. You know what I mean?
Like oregano.
Right. And people didn't really do that, but there was a point where all of the rap rock bands started wearing the Adidas tracksuits as well.
That's true.
So it all blends like
it all blends. You pick your things, but for the most
they go,
part, there's
okay,
like
we're not doing all that, but like that's all right.
Yeah.
We kind of fuck with that. Like I remember there was all the Trini guys, and it was like not a lot of their culture stuck, but like at the dance,
slang probably,
some slang
some
stuck.
music.
The swinging the white towels at the dances, like the every now and then coming, I love soca.
Yeah,
like that would kind of enter this, like different parts kind of come in, and you take the good parts and keep out the bad parts. Where they're saying, no, you can't keep out the bad parts.
Yeah.
So there is. I agree with you.
Yeah, but I feel like there's no going back because there's nobody going to be like, we need to bring bullying back in like a beneficial way.
You're only allowed to bully foods from other cultures.
Not even allowed to do that anymore, probably. Yeah, like you can't probably like you get in trouble if you're in elementary
because
school.
You would be like,
stinks.
You're like this
kid's food stinks.
I'll give you an example. Jamaican friends, chicken foot soup. Everyone's just like, this is disgusting. What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Then they come up with some jerk chicken, and you're like, all right, that's sick.
There we go. Yeah.
All right, jerk chicken's pretty fire.
Welcome
but like,
to the country.
Yeah, fine, but like none of this. Fuck.
Yeah.
We don't need your feet.
Yeah, you're not.
Don't bring a bag of feet to school. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Anyways,
you're onto something.
That's what I've been.
I think you might have
I
think you might have 7 minutes on that.
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking about.
I like it. So the Maxim magazine, actually, there's two, but the first one, Maxim condemned after unsexiest women list surfaces with surprising first place winner. Ridiculously cruel. And it is funny to think about, like, imagine a big publication right now. What's like a big men's magazine right now? I don't know. Like, imagine you even said, like Huberman or something like that. Like, imagine Huberman just had like every couple of years he did like the top 10 ugliest women list. You know what I mean?
There's Huberman.
Yeah, and you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Maxim had the list. They said Sex and the City star Sarah Jessica Parker was top the list with the Mount Rushmore of off-putting celebrities. And from the article, it said, how did the racehorse Barbaro-faced broad managed to star in a show with sex in the title? Coming in at second, not so hot, Amy Winehouse, rehab singer, died 4 years after, was lambasted for her openly hemorrhaging translucent skin, rat's nest mane, and lashes that look like a surgically attached bats. Pop sensation Madonna, fourth place with the Meg, comparing her to Nosferatu, actor William Dafoe.
Yeah.
So
it's just a different time.
It was a different time. By the way, I disagree a little bit with the Amy Winehouse thing. I think that
she's all right.
In my opinion, you know how like
so is Sarah Jessica Parker. They're like
she doesn't do. I don't.
Doesn't do anything for me. You're not like she's gross.
No, the Amy Winehouse does something for me.
Oh, okay. Maxim was just like that was the thing. They were like this funny,
Bro shit.
Bro shit. It was just like bro shit when you were allowed to do bro shit. Where it's like they have the other one where it's like, how do you fucking turn a feminist into a hot chick?
Yeah. But no, I'll just say my quick point on Amy Winehouse is that, you know how like, for dudes, you can be like weird looking or not good looking and chicks love you. Like if you're a musician, like Lil Wayne, probably a good example of that. There's kind of like tons of them, right? Mick Jagger might even be in that category a little bit. Like he's kind of good looking, I guess. But like, you know what I mean? Not the way that they say he is. I always used to say in like most band scenes, it's like the singer gets more girls than the other guy who's better looking than him. It's more about who's the,
it's the hierarchy.
Yeah, the sexiness isn't attached to like how good looking you are in a lot of ways. But that doesn't usually translate to women, right?
No.
For women, it's not like, oh, but she's rich. You're like, oh, you know.
Yeah, guys don't care about status.
This is the only version that I do agree a little bit. The Amy Winehouse mess look, I actually do kind of
like
fucking.
You like the mess?
Does something for me.
As someone as successful as Amy Winehouse, or just in general?
I don't even know if it's the success part.
Yeah.
I don't think the success.
Like
does
you're saying,
help
like
that
you could just like some chick at the bar. Is
like if I saw that at the bar.
Yeah.
Even though
mean,
you're like
again,
technically she's not particularly attractive, I would be like,
she's not bad though. I never thought she was terrible looking.
yeah, she just like looked like a mess, I guess.
Yeah, she just was like a little.
But she was getting killed, like a lot of people would say that.
Yeah, for sure. But she's just skinny, at least.
Yeah.
A little too skinny for the adverts, isn't it?
Okay, and then there was the other one. Sorry.
Oh, anyways, yeah, it was like this. What was it? How to turn a feminist into a
sexist article teaching men how to cure feminists. They had title, How to Cure Feminism. The controversial article listed 4 ways for men to tame feminists, females. And the first one, it said, win her over by lying to her and tell her that you like Gloria Steinem.
Sure, yeah.
Literally my joke of, a good way to do it is lying. Open her eyes. So you begin by discussing lipstick feminism. So you basically tell her, girl, you can actually be like girl power feminism and you don't have to fucking
you can work. Spice Girls, all
you
that
could
stuff.
work. You could keep your hair on your armpits and stuff like that. And then they said, buy her a tank top with feminist printed on the chest, and it's like like this slutty like fucking thing that they're selling. And
very low cut.
Tell her it looks great. Try to avoid phrases like bodacious tatas. Such a bro fucking culture.
Yeah,
dude.
Exactly. Just the fact that they even wrote bodacious.
Bodacious tatas is fucking peak like early Dantosh. Well, it's not entirely certain the piece was satirical or not. The piece was satirical.
It was very serious.
Dead serious.
Yeah, dead serious.
It is funny, people like looking back at shit like this through today's eyes.
The Stern one's the one that's been going crazy viral.
I saw that.
Yeah, it was like, what was it? Just like,
well, it was the Butterface competition. I remember that. It was the Butterface competition, and they made the women come out with a paper bag over their head, which is so hilarious. Always like what Stern's become, you forget what it was.
Dude, you know how many viewers, listeners? So they came out with
how much does he have? 300,000.
125,000 listeners a day.
Fuck right off.
Yeah, that's what he's.
That can't be true.
It's
And how much money does he make? 8 million a day.
He gets 100 million a year, and he's not doing like. I think he takes these huge breaks.
Wow.
Yeah,
3 days a week.
He's at 125,000 viewers on average an episode a day.
God damn it,
dude! Probably like. That's doing like the fucking. I mean, I'm trying to think of like a music, like the NHL channel's probably on that kind of close to that, like the NHL Sirius channel.
Okay, yeah,
like in the off season.
Yeah, where they just chat.
Well, yeah, where they just chat about fucking
trades,
NHL or whatever. Like it's really bad. It used to be 20 million. He used to have at his peak 20 million daily listeners.
Oh my god!
And he's at 125K right now.
Well, he used to do such wild
absolutely
shit.
brain dead people.
Yeah.
Fucking listen to that.
And that actually might not be the same brain dead people. That might be like
that's a whole nother.
No, that might be like 40,000 people that rented a car.
Yeah, yeah.
Like how many people rent a car every day?
The only time I've ever listened to Stern is within a car rental.
Right. So how many of those people rented a car with Sirius?
Yeah.
And they go, "Oh, what's Sturman up to?"
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Not great.
Yeah.
This is not good.
Interviewing Sarah Jessica Parker about how
Anderson Cooper.
Yeah.
That's literally who I heard him interviewing when I rented a car last time. Oh, Jake Tapper's on. Cool.
The Butterface one is sort of getting a bit because so basically then the girl pulled her bag off when she won.
Yeah.
And then and everyone was kind of like boo or whatever, right?
Well, Rob Schneider did this whole thing about how because Rob Schneider just tweeted, he goes, I was there. or whatever, and like he's like, one, she was in on it.
Yeah.
Like it seems really mean in like retrospect, but like she was in on it. It was just like a joke. Like,
and she wasn't that ugly.
she wasn't that ugly at all.
And people are like, they're booing her, and you're like, well, yeah, because they were booing her because they watched a competition with the girls having their bag in their head. They know they're at the Butterface competition. And then she finally takes the bag off. Obviously, how do you react where you go, oh, not that bad? How do you verbalize that at a stadium? You go,
yeah.
Like the only thing you could do is boo or cheer.
Yeah, exactly. But he was like, she was in on it. Like, you know, we were all hammered. Like we were all like drinking tequila the entire time. It's like she was in on it. It's like she didn't like take it personally. It was all just like a joke. Like it was a bit basically.
And at the time, people were like, she's actually not that hot. And Stern said she's actually pretty hot.
She is pretty hot.
No, but I think that was the controversy. Like, this is what they're calling a butterface. And it was like, at the time when that happened, people were like, she's actually not that bad.
The meanness of it. They go, how could they be so mean?
How did they do so mean? They had the smallest dick competition and it was worse.
Of course. But you're like out of context. I mean, they do the smallest dick competition on Skanks right now.
Oh, Danny does one every night in his own shower.
And I win. I mean, lose. Shut up.
Huh? Shut up. What's up? What's up?
Take it to the house.
Goddamn. I dumped my disgusting boyfriend because he refused to wipe his butt. It made me physically sick to be near him. You know what? Let's do that on the Patreon because I just want to say we're wrapping up. But the man who has the world's largest penis and broke his arm because of it, just because he said this. And so basically what happened is he said it was an embarrassing accident where his dick was so big that he couldn't see that the floor was slippery and he fell. Now, I don't know why this is news. Obviously, this just happens. I don't even understand why they're writing about this. You know, Danny, you've obviously been there, I assume, where you obviously are looking at the ground, you can't see because your dick's too big.
No, you just can't fucking see the goddamn ground.
So Vice magazine wrote this, and for me, I just think that the news should be, you know, there's certain things where it's like everyone already knows, you don't want to cover it. Like, you know, tell me something I don't know. Like, yes, sometimes your dick is blocking your view and you can't see and you slip and fall. You know, that's why.
Hey man, happens to the best of us.
Yeah, it's happened to me many times. It happens to me once a week. So I just feel like if
Mr. Glass is what you call
it's obviously a slow news week because this is the thing that happens to me and all my friends quite frequently.
Or like a huge news week.
But we got a whole bunch of shit. Come over to the Patreon. We're always having fun over there. Yeah, we did a crazy good Q&A, and we've been doing some long episodes, and we have some good shit. We will, especially when we have guest weeks and people want to just, you know, do a normal episode, we kind of do. So patreon.com/theboyscast. We will see you over there. Peace.
Later.